Okay, so before we get started and we utilize the Part 1 WinZip software to convert your documents into PDF files, I want to make a note here. Some of you will have Microsoft Word document versions where if you convert it to PDF right away, the hyperlinks will work. But some of you will have outdated versions of Microsoft Word, or you're using something else like Pages or a different word processing system. And if you are, that's fine. Then you can utilize this specific strategy. But I wanted to make that note first that some of you, if you convert it to PDF and it works, great. You don't really need to go out and buy these softwares. But if you convert it to PDF and you're utilizing an outdated version of the software, and you're having problems to get the hyperlinks to convert over to work in the PDF version, then this is the only time that you really will need the Part 1. Now, the Part 2, which deals with image PDFs, infographics, and things like that, you will need to have that piece of software. Okay? So, that note aside, what we can do is whether you're using Microsoft Word or Pages or OpenOffice, as long as you've hyperlinked it within here, all you need to do is go to winzip.com. That's WINZIP.com. Now, winzip.com, the nice thing about this is that you can do much more than just convert. You can add watermarks. So if you want to brand your file, you can do that. You can also automatically resize photos. So the nice thing about this is if you have a Microsoft Word document or a document in general that has these big, huge images, then you know your audience is not going to stay around and stick around to just download these big, big files. So what you can do with WinZip is you can automatically resize these big images. So it goes much further than just hyperlinks. And that's the reason why I wanted to show you this avenue. So as you can see here, WinZip 20, you can zip, unzip, you can convert to PDF, you can do all these other things. Now they have different versions. They have standard version and pro version. And you can see here, you can actually look here. As far as PDF goes, you can create read-only PDFs. So if you want people and to prevent them from copying your content, you can actually do this. So like I said earlier, you can save a regular Microsoft Word document as a PDF file just utilizing the Microsoft Word system. But what you can't do is you can't protect it. You can't password protect it. You can't make it read-only. You can't watermark it. You can't do all these other advanced features. Now, if you go to the site and click on compare, you can obviously see the difference between the standard version and the pro version. Now, if you scroll down here, you'll notice that the WinZip standard version does allow you to convert PDF files and do all these things right here. And this is really what you want. So you really don't necessarily need to have the pro version, because that's what you really want to do is just the PDF conversion, right? So in this case, you would only dish out about $30. So $29.95. That's $30. You can get that. You don't really need the $50 version. So I wanted to offer this to you as a different avenue that you could take if you didn't want to dish out, $50. Now, would I recommend that you go this route if you want to do image PDFs and if you want to hyperlink your infographics and your things like that? No, I would not recommend that you go down this route. I would recommend that you do part number 2, and I'll show you why. But as far as this goes, this is pretty good for the price. So if you want to save $20, you want to go down this route, that's fine. So what I want to do right now is I open up WinZip and I have the pro version, but like you saw earlier, you don't really need the pro version. The only reason why I got the pro version was because I wanted the other options that came along with WinZip. Now, as you can see here, what you can do is you can check convert to PDF. You can click on options. You can also click on PDF conversion options, and you can also change the resolution. So if you find that your Windows Microsoft Word document is very, very big and has these really massive images, you can always tone down the resolution and the image quality. You can convert to a read-only so that some people cannot copy your content, and you can do other things as well. So we can click on save here. You can also resize the photos if the photos are too big, and if you click on photo resize settings, you can scale them bigger or even smaller depending on what size it is, because as you know, when you put an image inside of Microsoft Word, if they're really, really big and you convert it over, they're just going to convert over at that same size. So these are just some things to think about as far as user experience. You don't want them to get to a point where they're downloading this massive file, essentially. So when you're done and you have chosen your options that you want, all you need to do is simply find the Microsoft Word document, as you can see here, and we can simply drag and drop it right here. So what's this doing right now? It's just converting the file to a PDF file. So I'm going to pause this video and we'll see you when it is complete. So actually it just finished just right now, and you can see your files have been converted. It has tried to compress it because it is WinZip. And that's the nice thing about using WinZip, is it does try to compress it a little further. So this is our PDF file, and I'm just going to drag it over here. And if we double click this PDF file here, we can see that the link is hyperlinking and it goes to Google. And there we go. So that works perfectly. That's the first option that you can take to convert your Microsoft Word documents to PDFs if you have basic hyperlinks and you want to save money and you're on a budget. Now, do I recommend this route if you can spend a little bit more money, maybe an extra 20 or 30 bucks? No, I would recommend that you go on to the next video and try that, because what I'm about to show you is a software that is as powerful as Adobe Acrobat Pro, which costs about $400 to $500. And instead of spending that amount, you're going to spend a lot less. There are other softwares out there that I have tested that are just as expensive or more, that are about $100 to $200 to $300. This software I've used well over a decade, and it's one of the original softwares out there. And in my opinion, is one of the best. And it'll allow you to create hyperlinks for infographics, for images, and for any spot on the image that you want. So with that said, let's move on to the next video.